Jennifer here. It has been a long time since we have done a live stream, since I've live streamed from anywhere in Disney World, and so I am here for the Wine and Dine half marathon weekend, and I'm at the Expo. I'm in the virtual queue right now for the runDisney merchandise because it's the completely separate building. Had some extra time, was able to pick up my race bib, my t-shirts, and so I thought I would take you on a walk with me around the runDisney Wine and Dine Expo. I know a lot of folks who haven't run Disney races before, are just interested to know what the space looks like, what do you do when you get to ESPN, and so I'm going to take you on a walk with me so you know what to expect when you are coming here to run a race. Alright, so I'm going to take a step back here because I already picked up all of my goodies. So I've walked through a good portion of this already, but all of the resorts have buses. They have coach buses to the ESPN complex, and so this is where you pick up all of your race goodies. And so you start in this direction here. There's an ESPN Wide World of Sports Expo. You come on all the way down to the end, and then the first thing they do is have us pick up our race bibs, and then you need to pick up your race bib to be able to get your race t-shirts. And this is where, if you haven't completed your waiver electronically yet, then you would come in, complete a paper waiver, and then go pick up your race bib. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you what that space looks like. It's nice, wide open. Hello! Time for some running.
I have to warn you, Miss, we turned the air conditioner on. I hope that doesn't upset you.
Oh, no, that's right, all right.
Okay.
All right. And it looks like my group has been called now for to get into the runDisney merchandise area. So here is where you will pick up your race bibs. I will walk down through there so you get a feel for what that looks like. But it's really nicely spread out. There's a section for folks who are signed up for the 5K, section for folks who are signed up for the half marathon, 10K. There's some runner relations. So if you have any questions, need any help with anything, you can get your help right here. And then there's a section for folks who signed up for the challenge. I signed up for the challenge, which for this race is a 10K on Saturday morning and a half marathon on Sunday morning. I could use all of the good vibes that you have thinking about me completing this race because, of course, as happens sometimes, my intention to train was, a little bit better than my actual training. And so I did train. I got in some, really long run walks, but my midweek exercises, which, if you are training for something, that really is the important piece. So my midweek training wasn't great. So, hello. Excellent. Excellent. So here is the space where you come in. And so you will receive, if you sign up for a runDisney race, usually a couple weeks in advance or so, you receive an email with more information about what your race number is, or what your bib number is. And then you go to a section of your bib number with the documentation of that and your ID, and then you pick up your bib. And so this is the first day of the expo. It's early. A lot of people will come early on because of the merchandise, but a lot of folks who aren't running until later in the week might not be in town yet for this or might not come to the expo. So this is pretty manageable. Crowds aren't bad at all when you get into this space. Lines haven't been bad from my experience. But now I'm going to walk you in and through the expo area where we pick up our t-shirts and let you see a little bit more about the excitement that leads up to a runDisney race. Once upon a time, they had a lot of this in 1 or 2 buildings, and so it was a lot tighter. And several years ago, they moved everything to different buildings, and it has made all the difference in the world. And the Wine and Dine race weekend seems to be the race weekend plagued with the most weird weather issues, downpours, freezing, super hot. This year I think is going to be on the warmer side, but it sounds like, fingers crossed, that we have really lucked out with the weather that we're supposed to be having. So I guess we'll see what it looks like when we get there. But it should, I mean, it'll be humid. It's very humid, but it should be beautiful. All right, so once you go and pick up your race bib, and you have that, part of the bib, there's a tear-off section where you pick up your t-shirts. And so the building with the t-shirts has a whole bunch of different vendors. And lots of treats, food, all of the pomp and circumstance you expect from a Disney event. I think I have everything I need for this race, but also if you come to the race and you realize you forgot something, you forgot fuel, you need KT tape, extra clothing items, t-shirts, your luggage was lost, and you lost your race outfit. You can get all of that at the Expo. There are a number of different vendors that have outfits. I know people who've completely changed their race costumes, because a lot of us who run Disney like to wear costumes, and so you can completely change your race costume when you come into the Expo. And I should take a step back here.
Hi guys, welcome to the Expo. To your left and down the stairs.
Here we are.
To your left and down the stairs.
All right, well, here we are. And then they have the medals down below. They usually also have previews of medals sometimes for upcoming races. But this is the Expo space. There's quite a bit here. So why don't we walk around? And it's tough to explain. Oh, so this is really helpful. This is the alert system for weather, and so they let you know what to expect for the race. And so again, we're expecting great weather for our races so far. So it's wonderful to see. But what I was about to say was that the energy is just electric. You get here and you're just, you realize, I think it really hits you that, I'm gonna run some miles. I'm gonna run some miles this week. I'm gonna wake up at 2:30 in the morning with thousands of my favorite Run Disney friends and feel that atmosphere and get in some really great exercise before eating all the food and enjoying the Disney parks. Here we've got a preview of the medals coming up for these races. So we've got Coco for the 5K, Raya is the theme for the 10K, and then Soul is a spinner, that's the theme for the half marathon, and then the challenge medal actually has Genie in it. It says I did it. So when it comes to running a challenge for the Run Disney races, the rule is that you have to complete both races to get the challenge medal. For your actual race medal, you can start the race. If something happens and you're swept, that's fine. You still get your medal at the end of the race. But you have to complete both races to get the challenge medal if you signed up for the challenge. So it adds an extra level of excitement and sometimes fear that morning when you realize I probably didn't train as hard as I should have. And then some of the vendors will sometimes have freebies. I know I've seen go-go squeezes out here. We've got icy wraps. I mean, really, anything you can think of. I mean, if something happens and you lose or forget your shoes, you can buy shoes. They will have running shoes here. Night ideal, I think, to run in shoes that you haven't run in before, but but it's available. It's all here. And then, hi, Nina. I was like, why do you look so familiar? And I'm enticed with all of the sparklies. So I'm here. There are a whole bunch of other Mickey Travels agents who are here. And I know them remotely and, you know, through their pictures on YouTube, but many of us have never met in person before or really chatted with people in person, you know, each other in person. So it's so nice to run into folks. At the end of this week, many of us, about 75 of us, will be getting on the Disney Wish and we'll be sailing all together. And so I really look forward to those opportunities because it's so nice to get together with so many incredible travel planners and share the excitement of Disney and working with everybody, all of our clients, and planning travel and getting to experience something together, you know, with all of our travel experiences. So it's a lot of fun. There are a lot who came in, like me, a little bit early to be able to run some races. So at the back of the Expo space here, this is where we have the t-shirts. And so again, on your race bib, it's got the t-shirt size that you signed up for. You tear that portion off and then you bring it on in. You pick up your t-shirts. If for some reason your t-shirt doesn't fit, they actually have a spot where you can exchange. So that's really nice too, because I've come and you know, things have been smaller than I've expected them to be. And so I've been able to exchange to larger sizes. For some reason, I always think I'm a little bit smaller than I really am. But yeah, just lots and lots of goodies to be had here. I could spend way too much money and way too many hours, and I have at the Race Expo, looking at all the fun new things. And I also like to take pictures of things and then go back to them and look at the vendor websites and, you know, and purchase later, which is dangerous as well. But I'm sure they know that because that's why they're here. Lots of fluffy tutus.
There was a few out there.
Fun sparkly visors. I don't know, I don't tend to run in a visor, and then every year for the half marathon, the sun comes up and I wonder why I don't think about wearing a hat or a visor. Because, hello, good to see you. It's been forever.
Yeah,
I'm gonna run a race, I think. I'm gonna try. And the half. Yeah, so we'll see. All right, we'll see you there. Yeah, and the fun thing is too, you see a lot of people that you've met before, that you've run races with before. You make friends, you know, in these spaces, and it's a ton of fun. So since my spot in the virtual queue has opened for the Run Disney race merchandise, I'm going to head in that direction. And I didn't prepare very well, so I think my virtual queue information might be on my phone. So I'll probably have to stop live streaming at that point, but I will take plenty of pictures and hopefully not spend way too much money. I haven't looked ahead to even see what any of the race merchandise looks like. I usually like to buy a pin for all the races that I've been in. It's just a lot of fun to have those souvenirs to look back on. But I have to admit that I need to find something to do with all of my race pins because I have a ton of them now. And, you know, it's difficult to display medals, but if you don't have a plan for it, it's difficult to display pins, too. So that's next on my list, is to find a way to display my race pins. But of course, that means I buy one every time we run a runDisney race.
Have a great race.
Thank you. Lots of food and treats available. The fun thing about the Wine and Dine race weekend is that there is an after party. And so this isn't the case for the other races. But for Wine and Dine at Epcot, at night, I think it starts at 10 o'clock officially, after Epcot closes on Sunday. Everyone who signed up for the half or the challenge, the 10K half marathon challenge, automatically also has entry to the after party in Epcot. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. It's a really long day, so a nap is necessary in the middle there. But that's the plan for that day. Hopefully it all goes well. But we are back outside in the bright, bright sun, heading out forward toward the next building, the third building that you might visit if you're coming to a runDisney Race Expo. And that's the building that has the runDisney merchandise specifically. So other than the race t-shirts, none of the other vendors had, you know, runDisney merchandise to purchase. That's all in a separate building up here. I'm so terrible when I fly in the morning. My brain just is not working 100%. And so when I see people, I'm like, I know you. But I don't remember names always as well as I should. So I'll be better tomorrow after a good night's sleep, once my head is fully at Disney.
You don't have to bid for the 5K yet, right?
And if you are new to watching our channel, please do hit the like button. That helps us out a whole bunch when people are searching for videos especially. And then if you hit the subscribe button, you'll be notified every time we go live. And so you'll just get a notification. There's no cost to subscribe. It's just an extra way to be aware of, you know, when we're going live. So if you are available, you can pop right on in and be here feeling the excitement with us. I know I watch a lot of live streamers. I love feeling like I'm in the parks, but I'm sitting at home on my couch or doing work on my computer or cooking dinner. I mean, you name it. It's fun to just see what's happening, you know, and in my happy place. Hello! One thing I wanted to show you, it's a very fun little setup over here are large walls of art with the medals. And so it's fun to come on over here and take pictures with the different medals before the race. All right, so we are heading on over to the Advent Health Arena. And this is where they'll have the runDisney race merchandise. And this is the first race, I think, where they have used a virtual queue for the first day for folks to get in for the merchandise. And so I know this can have really long lines. I've never actually gone the first day. Normally I'm here a little bit later. I'm flying down from Minnesota. Time is tight, and so normally I'm not always in town the first day of the expo. Unless we're doing the 5K, 10K, and the half, which we are not. I'm not doing on this this weekend, which is great. I mean, it's fun to do all of the races. It's a wonderful experience, but it is. Oh, where's the entrance?
Yeah, right over there.
Oh, got it. Thanks. Well, I guess we're walking around. So, oh, I should have seen this. This is the race bib. So they want you to come from this way and back over. Yeah, it's fun to do the 5K, 10K and half, but it takes up your whole weekend. Because at least for me, just the really early wake ups every day. So getting up at 2:30 in the morning, getting on a race bus at 3:30 in the morning. Usually the corrals open a little after 4. Races start at 5 if you're in the first corral. I'm not in the first corral. I'm not an elite runner. I'm much closer to the back of the pack. And so, the race might not start for me until half an hour, maybe even 45 minutes later. So that's a long time. That's a long morning already, 2:30 until 5:30 or so in the morning, just, before the race even starts. And then you run the race, you take lots of pictures, you celebrate, and 1 or 2 days is great. I think 3 days gets a little bit long if you're trying to do other things. So if you're coming for a race weekend and you're coming from out of town, I would just be prepared that if you're doing all the races, it's hard to do all of the other things, because I don't know about you, but I can't go from, waking up at 2 or 2:30 in the morning, going all day, having that good night's sleep, or not having that good night's sleep, and then getting up early the next morning. So
35 through 80.
that's right. So here we go. I'm wondering if they need to see it on my phone or if they'll need to scan my band. From what I understand, there is a wait as well inside, so we'll see. 69.
Code?
Here, let me just sign off this and then I
Okay.
will. All right, well, it looks like I need to, let me go here. Looks like I'm gonna need to show my information, and so it's on my phone and I'm live streaming on my phone. So I'm gonna end this here. I will take a ton of pictures and post them all on our Wizarding Wands and Mickey Ears Facebook page, on our Facebook group. So come on over to that Facebook group, take a look at all the fun merch, and I will definitely be back later on this week to live stream. Talk to you later. And until next time, enjoy the journey. Bye-bye.